Good morning, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. You've tuned in to the Mac City Morning Show. I am your host, Elliott Pierre. We're going to start the show off the same way we start every episode off, with a moment of gratitude. I know you could be doing a million other things with your time, and the fact that you spend it with us truly does mean the world to me, so thank you. On that note, Tanner, hit him with the intro.
Whatty up, boss? Welcome to the Mac City Morning Show.
Hey everybody, Keith Simpson here from Norrell Toyota. We support the Oil Barons. We've joined the drive-in movie theater. We're involved in the marathon here in Fort McMurray, and that's what makes this community such an amazing place to live.
And we are back. All right, big shout out to Norrell Toyota, Keith, Fad, Nimmer, all the boys and girls down at Norrell for being the title sponsor to our show. We do appreciate the support. As everybody watching this is fully aware, this is a Friday episode, YouTube special, because you're not watching on Facebook, you're watching on YouTube. So we're just going to be loose goose, have some fun.
Loosey-goosey.
Loosey-goosey, there we go. So, first off, let's talk about how we just got the sign up. So, good job, Tanner, hanging up the sign.
That was a 30-second ago venture.
That's right. We just got it up. We filmed about, I'm going to say, 5 episodes with it just on the ground. But,
Yep, that's about right.
It takes time.
We got it up there now. I'm pretty sure it's crooked again, but what do you do?
That's it. The other thing I want to talk about, because I'm looking at it right now, is the hammer.
Yeah.
That's just sitting there. We have a few, like you and me, we're pretty laid-back guys. But there's a few things in this office that, like, when people see, they're just like, wow. What's going on here? There's some intimidation factors.
We're really into sports and woodwork.
That's right. Well, my little guy, Keegs, he was here. He wanted to check out the office. He thinks it's super cool.
Obviously,
and he's
it's super cool.
It is. And he saw the bat and the baseball. He's like, you guys play baseball inside? It's like, nope. And then so he's just like, huh.
You just keep the equipment inside so it doesn't get ruined.
That's right. And right away he was just like, it's kind of scary to keep a bat inside, Dad. I'm like, you get it.
Where else do you keep bats at home?
You get it in the garage.
They belong at the front door.
Yeah.
That's where all bats go.
There you go. So now that I'm looking at this hammer, I'm just like, we definitely can't keep that hammer where we're keeping it.
No, absolutely not.
That's going to like freak out the guests when we're trying to film with them.
It's right next to your dream vehicle, isn't it?
I know. So we collect Hot Wheels here. Tanner is definitely spreading his addiction to the world. So I have the vehicle that I'd love to have next is a Toyota FJ Land Cruiser, the old school. Not the new one, not the revamped one, like the old school one.
Yeah, the FJ40s.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if anybody's watching this, if Universe is listening, I would love an FJ40.
Maybe even just a riding one. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. You know, that's how the MG started. Like, I went for a ride in it one day, and then I could, like, visualize driving it. I knew how it felt. I knew how it rode. I've sat in a number of them, so I know the smell. But I've never actually, like, driven in one.
If somebody wants to let Elliott drive their FJ,
yeah, no doubt.
we'll film it.
That's true. So, listen, we got to talk about something that just happened that I was informed of yesterday.
What's up?
Keith McGrath came and he filmed, and he gave a big shout out to Chief Vern.
Yes, he did.
So I found out yesterday at the NABA event that was taking place that Chief Vern won his election. So big shout out to Chief Vern.
Congratulations, Chief Vern.
And big shout out to the other candidates. I don't know all of the candidates, but I know Sherry was running, and I also know Jamie was running. And you know what? Good on them for putting their names out there and trying something new. I got to sit and chat with both of them yesterday. And you know what? Congratulations, ladies, for running, getting out there, and trying to support your community. A big shout out to Chief Vern for being reelected.
Absolutely.
So that's a big deal.
Shout out to Keith McGrath for bringing it to the attention of the people.
That's right. We love Keith.
Yeah, Keith's awesome.
Those coveralls he was wearing, those were sick.
Those were legit.
Those are legit coveralls,
Yeah,
man.
that was not a fashion piece he was wearing
no,
there, for sure.
No. Like my coveralls, they're fashion pieces. His coveralls are just...
Yeah, he definitely did not have the janitor look going on.
No.
No.
So speaking of my coveralls, you and Alicia like to make fun of me.
Yeah.
I might be seeing Alicia soon.
Yeah.
And when I say might, I mean definitely. I think next Friday should be like a special edition YouTube episode with Alicia.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is you're obviously not coming for the road trip, but they'll speakerphone you in
I can do that.
for it. And then, like, I'll put the lapel mic and I'll just, like, hold you here.
Put it in your shirt pocket.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That is a good idea.
And, yeah, you're going to wear you just going in for round 2 with Alicia there?
What do you mean?
With the coveralls on, or?
Mm-mm.
No, you don't need that kind of punishment
No,
twice?
I don't need that kind of heat. And the thing about Alicia's house, I don't know what this is about people in Calgary, but they don't got air conditioning.
What?
I know people in Calgary don't mess around with air conditioning.
Well,
for
I
some
don't
reason.
have air conditioning either, but it's just
Yeah,
surprised in those bougie Calgary houses.
that's right.
If you'd move all the way from Fort McMurray to
Yeah.
Calgary, you'd want air conditioning
That's
at
right.
least.
So more often than not, when I'm hanging out in Alicia's house, it feels like Africa. So, like, those coveralls are not meant for that.
Probably
warm weather.
closer to South America.
South
eh?
America, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Alicia just wants to get back to her roots, and her house, it gets hot.
Yeah.
So
Alicia's very in touch with her roots. I
that's
think.
right. Yeah. She knows who she identifies as.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
She's always been checking the right box.
That's right. Facts. The funny thing is, she's gonna see this and she's gonna get a laugh out of these episodes.
Oh, I'm willing to bet she laughs harder to these episodes than most people.
Yeah, she gets like all the inside little jabs and jokes.
Yeah, and then she probably has her own better ones.
That's right. That's right.
We got to get your brother on here.
I know, but Alistair like never comes to Fort Mac.
But you're going to Calgary.
Yeah, I could film an episode with him actually.
He's the last sibling left.
Yeah, that's right. I could get him over and film with him.
Yeah.
The only thing I like, anybody who books us for on locations, they need to recognize like their work.
Yeah.
Like as of right now, when we film these episodes, Tanner is behind the cameras. He's doing all the editing in real time. He's producing the show. When we film on locations, I got to sit down and actually have to edit the episodes. So it's actually like I got to relive the episode.
Lame.
Yeah.
Too
And
bad
like,
you don't have somebody to do that for you.
I know. Like, learn to edit, bro. Great producer, no editing. But what I could do, but I don't like it as much, is like you could just shoot with like the one camera and get the whole thing. But
You're a great videographer. Let me see some good photos you've taken, Elliot.
oh, I'm a whore. Yeah, fair enough. Facts. Okay, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I hate. Yeah, like yesterday. Speaking of, I was at the NABA event. Big shout out to NABA. Like, what a great event. Michelle Toner, unbelievable event. The luncheon, the speakers, the dinner afterwards, everything was on point. So Michelle Toner from NABA, great event. Mac Island, great venue, and the food was on point. Big shout out to somebody who's been on the show, Jerry Nevels. Jerry and his crew did great work doing like the live video editing and, you know, producing of that show. But to get back on topic, what you're saying is people are like, hey, you should have bought your camera. Or people are giving me their cell phones. Hey, take a picture of me, because they're like, you're good with cameras. And I tell everybody, listen, just because I'm a videographer and I can edit a video does not mean I can take a picture. I might be the worst picture taker on the planet. Like, yeah.
Your pictures aren't terrible, but it's just that you haven't dedicated your skills into that
That's right.
side of things. And just as I have not dedicated my skills to editing,
That's right.
I am a live guy.
Live guy, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I wish I was a better photographer, because like especially like when you go to restaurants and you're like taking pictures of food for promotions or like products. That's what I'd like to get a little bit better at, but not with a camera, just with a phone.
I can always teach you.
I would like actually we should learn how to do that, because there's a lot of times where I'm like, you know what, this would be a good skill set.
Yeah, it's fairly simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
it's simple if you know what to do.
well, I mean, like if you can edit on your iPad, then you can take a decent iPhone photo.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not.
You would think so. My Instagram would tell you very differently.
So, is it the one social media that you actually run?
Which?
Your Instagram?
Yeah. Yes. I'm trying to think about this. Yeah, because yeah, and stories. I do my own stories.
Well, and I know you also reply to your own messages and
yes,
whatnot, but
that's
I just
right.
know a lot of your like postings and whatnot
That's right.
are
I have help. I have support.
curated.
That's right. I have help with that. So yeah. Instagram. If you're seeing Instagram, it's like that's 100% me.
You.
I can't put the blame on anybody else. Like, hey, that looks kind of crappy. I'm like, yeah, that's all me. Or sometimes, hey, that looks really good. Yep, that was all me. So, yeah, that's the only one. And I was trying to do TikTok for a little bit, but that didn't. I needed help with that. I needed support.
You were trying like on your own for your personal self?
Yeah, like what I was doing is I put my historical videos that I used to shoot on TikTok. So I was trying to do it on my own, but like when you got a marketing company and you have software and you have staff that can help you out, it's like, why am I trying to do this the hard way?
Why am I paying other people to do this when I'm doing it myself?
That's right.
Yeah, 100%.
So I just started to be like, hey, you already do this on the other social media platforms. We're adding it to another one.
Absolutely.
So I like TikTok a lot. It's a problem.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
So I like have to like really curb my TikTok use. Like I have to be like diligent in a week to be like, you got to go on it twice a week. You know you're going to like lose a half an hour to 45 minutes on it. Like do not go on this daily. Do not go on this more than once a day.
I'm just still salty over TikTok.
Why?
Or because it's just like Vine but longer.
That's
And
right.
I miss Vine.
Yeah.
Vine was the ultimate video.
Yeah. Vine was cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Vine.
The storylines in 7 seconds were ridiculous.
Yeah. It's just Vine couldn't figure out how to like monetize that, unfortunately. And it's expensive to run a social media app like that. And to store, like you have to store all that data. That's the thing. Like they've got to have warehouses of servers to keep that going. That's where the money comes in, right? So like where the money goes out, I should say. So big shout out to Vine. Like they were ahead of their time. And I think because of them, you're seeing what you see now.
Yeah. Like the short forms, like Vine was the original like scroll down and watch videos platform.
That's right.
And so like that is the addicting part of the platform, and that's where it all started.
That's
was
right.
those 7 second back and back videos, and you could watch 150, 200 videos in 30 minutes.
That's right. I'm more into the long form though. Like I appreciate like longer content sometimes.
Yeah, but like I need like either long form, like I'm sitting down for 45 minutes and watching something.
That's right.
Or it's like 20 minutes or 7 seconds.
That's right.
Like a
That's
4-minute video
Yeah.
doesn't often captivate me.
Right. Fair enough. That's just annoying. You're right. There is a timeline. Like I really enjoy, and I still go back and watch old ones. The godfather of the vlog, Casey Neistat. Like I love you're watching like a mini film when you watch his stuff, like the B-roll, the storyline, and they're usually about 20 minutes long. But you're right. If something's like 4, 5, 6 minutes, you're like, this is not going to hit.
No, it's an inconsistent amount of time
That's
for me
right.
to be like, I'm just probably going to be left with more questions than answers to this video.
That's right.
Give me the 20-minute
That's
video
right.
or the hour-long video that I can sit
Right.
there and...
That's right. And I like
Digest.
long podcasts too.
Oh, really?
I'm a really big fan of like an hour to 3 hour podcast.
Oh, no. See, like 20 to 40 minutes is like my...
Yeah. Well, hence the show.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and like Theo Vaughn does like 40 minutes, and
That's right.
Steve-O does 40 minutes, and they're like, I find you get more, like it's more digestible in that sense than like
Yeah.
a 3-hour video, especially when you watch this video off of a clip.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're like, oh hey, cool, like this clip, I want to hear about this, and
Right.
then you like watch the video and it's like 3.5 hours, and you go, where is this 8-minute conversation I want to view in this 3.5 hours?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. No, I'm gonna stick to it. Like I really enjoy like the 2 podcasts that I watch the most. Obviously, are the Joe Rogan podcast and Flagrant 2. And like their Flagrant 2 is shorter than Joe. It's usually like an hour and a half, hour and 40. But I feel you can get like a lot of stuff in there. And you have to be engaged. Like if it's a random podcast, yeah, and I'm not feeling it, shorter volume. But if you like the host and the guests, I'm happy to like tune in for that hour and a half, 3 hour timeline.
As much as I appreciate the fans listening and tuning in, I don't understand how people listen to other people's conversations.
Well, I think if you're interesting enough, like I don't know, I'm shocked that people find us interesting enough to watch our podcast.
Mind blowing. Thank you so much.
Mind blowing. So yes, big flowers, everybody who tunes in and listens to us. And I was watching the analytics, which I never do, but I looked at our 47-minute episode of you and me just talking, and the majority of people watched that from start to finish. Like, there wasn't the drop-off on that thing.
That's
Crazy.
yeah, really appreciate that because
Yeah.
it is really just nonsense that we're talking about up here.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so, like, I like to think I'm interesting, but I don't think anybody else would find me interesting for 47 minutes.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm very interesting, but
Yeah.
at about the 20-minute mark, you're like, all right, I figured that out.
Yeah, yeah. But because we're so random, like, what are these guys going to talk about next? I don't know.
I got a random question for you.
Shoot.
All-time favorite classic video game.
You got to give me a system. Like, you got to give me a system on this one.
You don't have like a okay, well, on your favorite system then.
Shucks, man. Like, that's hard. Like, okay, if we're going back to my original system, we're talking about Nintendo. That was like the first. Like, I played Atari, I played all those games, but the first one that I had in my house was Nintendo. And we're going to Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt is legendary. Absolutely.
Duck Hunt. And then if you were like me, everybody else had that gray on gray gun, which was a cool gun. But I had that gray on orange.
The gray on orange was the like the legitimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I find that like no game has captured the fun of Duck Hunt like Duck Hunt did.
No.
Like you have like a lot of these new systems where sure you can have like the handheld guns with like Wii or like PlayStation did it for a little bit, and
Yeah.
but it didn't recapture the
Nope.
fun
Didn't.
of Duck Hunt. Like
Even when you go to the bar and you play
oh yeah,
the
like
Buck Hunter.
yeah, Buck Hunter is
Good game. It's fun. It's not Duck Hunt.
no, and like the visceral, like the first time you got to actually take out that gun.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, like Duck Hunt came out in your generation, but
Yeah.
even up into the time that I was like 8 or 9,
Yeah.
they didn't have anything on the market like it,
Right.
like nothing. And so like even I remember going and playing Duck Hunt in my uncle's house or whatever, and
Yeah,
it
yeah,
just
yeah.
being like the most mind-blowing thing. Like
Yeah.
I'm just pointing it and it's shooting where I'm pointing.
I know. It's crazy. I don't know how they did it, but Duck Hunt for the Nintendo, initially, that's the one. Now, when you go to the SNES, Super Nintendo, I'm throwing down Mario Kart. And to this day, I think that is the best Mario Kart game of all of the iterations of the game.
Yeah, because that's the one you can beat everybody on.
That's right. I just crush.
Yeah, so like
Just crush.
Not that the other ones aren't better, it's that you're not as good at them.
That could be a part of the component as well. Like, this is very true. So that's my favorite game on the Super Nintendo. If we're going to the Sega Genesis, it's a tie between Sonic, which I think everybody's going to pick Sonic
For Sega, for sure.
for Sega, but they had this one game that I love to play. It was called Beast Wars or Beast Hunter, something Beast. Awesome game. But Genesis didn't last that long. Like,
No, it flopped.
yeah, they came out. It was the system,
Yeah.
but then it didn't have the longevity.
No, and a lot of the problem is it was a game developer creating their own system.
Yeah,
And so, like, you're kind of going in reverse there.
that's right. That's right.
You should start making the system first
That's
and then
right.
make games for it.
Yeah. The next system I got was the PlayStation 1. And nobody can see this, but Tanner, we got some video games here. So you just brought the emulator in, and on that system, like, there were so many good games right off the bat, and you have them there. But my favorite game to play on that system, hands down, was F1 racing.
Do you remember Gex?
Yes.
Yeah, Gex
Yeah.
was amazing.
Great game. Or
Yeah.
that other one that you're playing with, the battle one with
Oh, Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal was insane. There was one annoying dolphin game, but the graphics on it were so good that you had to play it. It was, I forget, Echo the Dolphin. Ridiculous game, but the graphics at the time were so mind-blowing that you were a dolphin and you were like swimming. It was the football games on it, that fighting game was that you have on it. Scroll back to find that fighting game. It was like, it wasn't Tekken.
Battle Arena
Toshiden, that was it. That one, I can't tell you how many hours I played on that game. And that game was a game where, like, it was the first kind of fighting game that you just couldn't button mash.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of had to know what you were doing, so it made it legit.
Yeah, a little more skill-based.
Yep. So, And then after that, the next one I got was the Xbox. And come on, what are we talking about here? If you have an Xbox, you were buying that for Halo.
The
Halo.
original Xbox, yeah.
Yeah, just Halo.
Yeah.
And then I think after the Xbox, I did have the Xbox 360. And then like there's just so many great games for the 360, but it's still Halo.
Once you get to like the 360 and the PS3, I think games got so versatile and like different that the best game question doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
Like you can't name the best game for a system when like every hockey game, every driving game, every shooting game is top-notch quality and like great graphics.
That's right.
Like back then, you would, like you said, you played that Dolphin game because of the graphics.
That's right.
Nowadays, if the game sucks, I can just go to a different game with the same graphics and play that.
That's right. And so that's when I had to put down the controller. Was when I got the 360 and the games just got that immersive. It's just like
Grand Theft Auto 5, game over.
Had to stop. We're not going to go in and telling that. Like, I have a long story. Tanner's heard the story, and that's why we're not going to, because you're probably going to have to hear it a million times. So we're not going to talk about it on the show. But that was the definitive game that made me have to stop playing video games. I just had to put down the controller. Just Grand Theft Auto on the 360. It was just too good.
And now you're starting the cycle all over again.
Yeah, with my little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're going old school.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Starting the cycle over
Yeah.
again. You're back at the original system.
And
you're going,
loving it.
Yeah.
Bomberman. Bomberman on the Super Nintendo right now. That's the game of choice. But he's got the Switch. He crushed his report cards. He's just a good kid in general. And so he asked for the Switch. And listen, we got it for him. So we're playing a lot of Mario Party right now.
Still, yeah?
Yeah, still love it. Because there's so many games on Mario Party.
Yeah, there's like 104 or something like that.
Yeah. He plays his other games on it, and he, like, tries to get me to play. And I'm like, listen, Dad doesn't play video games.
Yeah.
Like, I put down the controller, like, because it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, no, I'll play Mario Party with you, and, like, that's it.
Yeah, he'll, when you guys are done with Mario Party, he's going to have to try out that new Pokemon game.
Yeah, he loves Pokemon.
Yeah, who doesn't love Pokemon?
He loves Pokemon. And so the thing is, and we're heading on a trip to visit my brother and sister, and so him and Alistair go hunting Pokemon.
Oh,
and
for
so,
Pokemon Go?
Yeah, and that's like why we really haven't got it for him yet, because he cherishes, like, when he sees Uncle Alistair.
Oh, it's a thing.
He's like, I'm gonna get to do Pokemon.
Yeah, like it's a thing for him.
Yeah, and so it becomes an event. So we're just like, let's leave that for like you and Uncle Alistair to do. He just went to a book fair. Like, I can't believe this happened, but he was given $20 to go to the book fair. Like, it was only $20. I didn't know this was going down. So he came into the car yesterday when I picked him up. He's like, hey, I went to the book fair. I'm like, oh, you should have told me. I would have, like, come with you, and maybe we could have bought you some stuff. He's like, no, I had my own money. I'm like, who gave you money? I said, Mama. I'm like, wow, how much? He's like, 20. And he went and he shopped for himself on his own. So he bought a book, a bookmark, and then he bought a Pokemon poster for his wall.
Nice.
So I'm just like, okay, here it's starting.
Yep.
So
he's in the Pokemon age.
Yep.
I got to get him. I have a few old handhelds at home laying around somewhere, like
nice.
DS and Game Boy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
See if I can dig them out and give him around on that.
That would blow his mind. He came in, actually, and this is where we're going to wrap this up because we got a guest coming right now. But he came in, he saw the set, and he's just like, he needs to film a new episode here.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay. And he's like, but here's the thing, Dada. He's just like, the other 2 episodes that I filmed, nobody saw. They didn't get aired. I want to be on the Mac City Morning Show, and I want people to see it.
Well, how do you feel about that?
And so I said, no, it's not happening, kid. Like, we're not putting your face online. It's not happening. He's like, listen, I've been thinking about this. Okay. It's like, what if you blur out my face?
Or he could wear a mask, like a ski mask.
Yeah.
Or we could have him sit behind the camera with me.
That's right. And so all of these ideas, I'm like, these are all phenomenal ideas, Keegan. So the thing about Keegan is, like, when I say no, he knows no doesn't mean no. If I can convince...
Well, no does mean no.
No means no. But then if you can convince me, like, I'm open for the discussion.
Yeah, no is not a closed statement.
Yeah.
You can be convinced otherwise.
That's right.
I know that well.
Yeah. I'm not the parent who's like, no, why? Because I said so. It's just like, no, I don't operate like that. So he he's whittling me down on like, what about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? So I'm not saying it's going to happen because he hasn't convinced me yet, but he's like lining it up to like do a Max City Morning Show episode that actually goes out there.
He is his father's son.
That's right. So you guys might be seeing it. It would be a YouTube only episode, that's for sure, because those are special. We might even have to put that on a Patreon.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, you gotta pay to see that one.
Yeah, there's some new stuff out like that, like Fanly.
Yeah,
is like sort of like a Patreon for content creators, and you can like pay to see their like bonus content.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I don't know. It's one of those things where, like we talked about at the top of the show, like I'm shocked people like watch the show.
Yeah, me too.
So like I'm just like, would somebody pay to watch this show? I don't know.
Well, I don't think we put on whole episodes. I think it's like behind the scenes content, you know?
That's right.
But
so you're kicking it around.
Absolutely.
We talk about that stuff sometimes.
We
were pretty close to putting out a fans only page.
OnlyFans page.
OnlyFans, that's right.
You were.
Yeah.
I was nowhere near.
That's right. We were talking about it though.
I like the idea. It's just, not for me.
Yeah.
I guess you could see me for $1 million.
Yeah, that's right.
Anybody wants a picture of me, it's $1 million.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, man. We got to wrap it up. Everybody at home, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Big shout out to our title sponsor, Noral Toyota. Thank you for the support. We really do appreciate it. Hope everybody at home enjoyed the YouTube exclusive episode. Me and Tanner just hanging out. People keep watching it. The numbers go up every week, so people are tuning in. So other than that, I hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
What a deadly old way to end another morning show. Later, boys.
It's so ballistic!
Talk about quenching your ugly thirst.